Hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. How are you? Hello, hello, hello there, Theodore, Knock. Hello there, Nimby, the Deadly Natter. She's back. Oh, yes, I am trying to be back. Trying to. Hello there, Long. Hello there, Feels Junkie. New YouTube chat thing where you get XP points for chatting more and get a crown for being in the top 3. Oh, that's cool. Neat little update there. Hello, good morning. Welcome back. Thank you. The tracking, it's working. Oh, yeah. I think updating animes helped. I was also trying to figure out what's it called? The other one. VTube Studio. I actually was trying to figure that out right before my collab with Tempest, and I couldn't. I got most of the way, and I couldn't figure out how to get the camera to connect. Anyway, and then I was getting annoyed at animes because I paid for a thing, but then the watermark kept popping up. But I don't think it's doing it anymore. I don't know, man. But I'm here. Hello, 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 hello. I've been meaning to do this stream for a while, and actually everyone fell asleep at 9:30, which was fantastic. So I was like, I'm going to stream, and then ended up talking to my mom for a while about some other trip plans. But I had this most of the way set up, and I just want to knock it out because I got a lot of other things I want to do. It's just I like streaming in the morning, but I've been way too tired to be able to wake up in the morning, and way too tired at night to stay up. I want to stream, guys. I miss you guys. I have so many ideas, so many things I want to do. It's just managing to actually not be tired enough to stream either in the morning or at night. But I have lots of things I want to stream, so hopefully I can stream. Trying to. So that's what I'm here for now. I get some pictures and some Handcam. It's already close to midnight, so I'm gonna try and keep it kind of short, or at least roll through everything. It's not lagging to hell and back. Yay! The tracking, it's working. I can actually show off the nice rigging on this model. Yay! Are my eyes still janky? It's been so long since I saw you. I missed you so much. Ah, I'm so sorry for my absence. Hopefully I can be around more. I'm trying to. Again, I want to stream. I have a lot of streams I want to do. I just gotta... Hopefully, I don't know. I've been trying to nail down a routine hard, though. Happy Loud House Pokemon Wednesday. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. Okay, well, I'm kind of chatting a little bit. I need to get my my pictures here. So let's see. I think it's slideshow. This was back at the end of May. I went on this trip, and it was very fun. It was basically I counted it as my Mother's Day present this year. It was slightly after Mother's Day, but me and a friend went just ourselves to Seoul. So I went on my first solo trip without the kids. My friend was there, but it was still kind of like a solo trip, you know. It was really fun. It was really cool. I'll get more. I'll probably elaborate more as I go through the pictures. Let's see. I need to. Let's see. What do I want to do? Oh, I wanted to. I think I've got it set up how I want there. I just got to figure out getting all of the pictures in. Let's see. Anyone watch Pippa's stream? I guess it would have been yesterday for you guys. I think, yeah. It was my morning. Her story at the end was crazy. With the Uber driver, both Milliardo and I were listening to it, and we're just dang. That was wild. Such good storytelling, though. The way she did the voices and everything. 10 out of 10. It was so good. Her storytelling of all that madness. Oh, it was so funny. And also it's very hot around here now. I only go outside if it's to go in water or to like drive to another place to go inside. It's so hot now. It's so hot. Old crossover, if that's what the comment means. Oh, for the Pokemon thing. I have no Wi-Fi and I must stream. I have Wi-Fi, it's just energy, gumption. I have no gumption. I'm actually awake tonight though. With the bikes, this morning for me. Yep, that's true. Hi, hello there, Edmund Moeller. Hello. I pretty much just watch Kyusha. I don't catch as many of her streams. It's hard to watch streams. Like, I try and watch Pippa's streams some, and like occasionally pop in other streams, but I have to be careful. Because like, I definitely, like, I don't want to put myself in a sour mood by having to like split my attention between streams and watching kids, because that's not fair to the kids. So kind of hard to like listen to a stream and like tend to them. But sometimes I can make it work, but Kyusha's fun. Yeah, we saw you catch Milliardo watching the stream at work, though he was actually at the gym, yeah, so it's kind of funny. We actually got to watch a Pippa stream, yay! Okay, let's see, I am trying to move this to another folder. Let's see here. Technology. Where can I move it? I'm gonna open this. Oh wait, it's in the other one. Oh, here, baby, hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I'm back. Let's see here. Okie dokies. Okay. Hello, chat. I am here. I am back. Let's see. Did I miss the talk on soul food? Not yet. I haven't really gotten into anything yet. Yep, but I'm back now. I'm just trying to get the pictures together. Let's see if I can. There we go. Okay, there's that. Now I just need to go. And actually get to all of it. And put it in a spot where I can pull it into this. There's that. I'm not good at all the tech stuff. There's that. And now let's go over here. This one. And let's take all of this and there's like a lot more to copy. How many pictures do I have? 354. Let's see if I can get that in OBS. Lots of pictures. I was only there 2 full days. Got there. I flew out like Saturday, like afternoon, and then I had like Saturday night, and then I had full day on Sunday and Monday, and then got up in the morning, get to the airport, and flew back on Tuesday. So I had 2 full days in Seoul all by myself. Well, a friend was there. So we kind of like would split up and then like made up different points. And she went back home like Monday. Went back home Tuesday. But it was wild. It was crazy. First time like solo traveling, like without the kids. It was very, very cool. In this like gap of like baby years, because like Joe baby's like more on like the, you know, getting into the older toddler and older end of like toddlerhood. It's like a nice little gap. There's not really any like, we're out of like the baby stage at the moment. And so I'm like, this is my chance. And it was really nice. It was really fun. And I'm gonna see if I can get the pictures pulled up, show you guys some of the fun stuff I did. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find my stuff. Files. Okay, can I find it now? Yeah, I think so. Yep. All right. Let's see if I can get all of these in there. See if it works. Oh, it's already going. Hang on. Hang on! I gotta... Hang on. Pause. Was this the first time you went away from them? Did you miss them a lot? Yes, it was my first, like maybe there was, like, one night that I've spent away from them. And it's like... Yeah, it was weird. It was definitely weird. But, like, I knew Milliardo could handle it. I knew they'd be okay. There's been plenty of times that I've, like, been gone for, like, you know, several hours. There was, like, a women's retreat that I was gone for, like, most of the day. So it's, like, I've been away from them. And I feel like it's, like, kind of out of sight, out of mind. There was, I think, Sunday morning, I, like, tried to video call with them. And I think it was a thing where, like, I think I told Milliardo, like, only if they really want me and they're already upset, then video call. Like, if they're fine, I didn't think a video call would work well, and I should have reiterated that to him. Because, like, Sunday morning, I was like, hey, I got a little bit of time before I need to head to church. So if they want, like, you know, being like, okay, if they wanted to, this is the time. But I should have reiterated, like, only if they are asking and already upset. Because, like... They did end up calling, and the two of them were just like fighting over the phone, crying. Like it was a little bit. It didn't really help. Didn't really help anyone. But like other than that, like I knew they would be fine. They had a great time with Milliardo. You know, they went out to like the parks and like went to the mall. Like they got out of the house a good bit, which is probably like the way to do it. Easy to like get them out and entertained and go grab dinner places and stuff. So like they were totally fine. For me, I think the biggest thing, like obviously I missed them. But also it was really nice being like, oh, I can actually do my thing. And what struck me the most is like the to-do list. I could finally put away the to-do list. Because like when you're, I don't know, it's hard when you've got like little chunks of time, like a couple hours at a time. It's hard because you're kind of trying to focus on whatever you're doing, like while you're away from them. Like, I'm trying to think. I think most of the time if I'm away from them, there's like there's like a certain like moms get together that has like childcare. So you've got like a couple hours to hang out with other moms while the kids are taken care of, which is really nice. Or like occasionally here and there trying to go like write or do something. But you always feel that ticking time clock. Like, I gotta get back to them. Like, especially if it's only like a couple hours of like trying to focus, you know, lock in like what you're trying to do, but it's kind of hard getting in that rhythm. And you're also thinking about like, you need to go get them after this, or like what you do for dinner, just like all the logistics and responsibilities that come with kids, and like the to-do list, the constant to-do list, and like clock in your head. And so when I actually had like a couple days to myself, I could actually put it away and just let my brain think about what I wanted to think about. And especially I got some facials. I got like a facial and like a body scrub at different points, and like laying there and being like, I can just lay here and think and just muse over stuff. And I took that chance to like actually think about like some of my writing, and actually like made a breakthrough during my first facial on like how to approach, because like I've got a story pretty much written, but I need to tweak it and change it in a certain way. And I was struggling on how to approach that. And I think I made a breakthrough because I was thinking through like the first story in that universe and how that flowed, and the kind of like story points or like plot points in the flow of it. And so I kind of broke that down in my head, and then was like comparing that to kind of what I've got so far to help me like figure out what I was trying to do with the second one, because I wanted to fit the same feeling as the first one. So anyway, that was the biggest thing, is I could actually put the to-do list away and let my mind just kind of be open. It was really great. It was really great not having like that constant list and clock in my head. It was fantastic. So I tried to take advantage of that for sure. Let's see. I've heard stories of couples who try to go away for a weekend to get some time away from their kids, but then turn the car around because the mom misses her kids too much. I think ages of the kid would definitely depend. Like, again, Joe baby's like, he's not really like too much of a baby anymore. He's like a little bit older. Anywhere like under 2 would be really hard to be away from them. But then especially knowing like, you know, they're with Milliardo, they'll be fine. So it wasn't too bad. It was like, you know, I was looking forward to getting back to them, but I was able to like thoroughly enjoy myself while I was over there. I'm bad with to-do lists, except for work. I just come up with plans on the fly. Whatever's more accessible at the moment. I assume you guys already knew what to expect from there. I assume you guys already knew what to expect from there. Not sure for what there is, but let's see. Let me see if I got let me see if the pictures. Let me see if I can adjust them. Hang on. Let me see if I can go to the first picture. Okay, let me Move it over here. If you guys feel like I'm muddling my words too much, tell me, please. Because I think I need to work on, like, enunciating a bit more. I've noticed when I'm talking, I go like that. Right, where's Annie's? Yes. I'm gonna put myself here, I think. Does that look good? Yeah, I'll go with that. And be a little head right here. And let's see, how big can I make this? Okay, there's like the really big one. We'll make it like, how's that look? Can you guys see that okay? I'm trying to like give it as much room as possible. Go back to the vertical. I think that will work. Oh, like what to expect from Seoul. I did do a trip last year. No, yeah, last May, last April. Did trip last April, like 2024 with my mom. So I did, there was a lot like that I got to see and do then. So I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do like on my solo thing, which I'll show you through my pictures here. But it was fun. It was fun going back to like some spots that I'd been to before as well. That was kind of fun. All right, so it's a little bit past 12. Let's get into it. So, ta-da! Plane ride over. It's always fun seeing the whatever islands are nearby the airport. I got to the airport, and it was one thing that was really nice, being able to just like take my time, just like enjoy walking through an airport, not having to like, you know, corral, push a stroller, this or that. I did have like 2 suitcases with me because my friend was trying to get over to, there's a place called, I think, Beauty Play, that would do kind of like skin analysis and stuff. So she like got off the plane, just booked it over there, and I was like, I'll take my time. I'll go check in at the hotel because I had like an extra day that she wasn't going to be there. So it was amazing just walking through an airport. I don't know if I got pictures there, but just being able to like walk through an airport, take my time. I wonder if these got mixed up. Maybe that's what's happening. Because I feel like they're all mixed up. Or maybe there was just some I didn't put on there. Oh well, I think it'll be fine. But that was a little snack I got before I got on the train, because it's like an hour train ride from the airport to Seoul. So that was my little snack. It was quite good. It was like some sort of cream cheese and like chive and a soft bread. So that was yummy. And then that's on the train ride. You see like these croppings of buildings, like all these like tall out there like apartments or something, but they're just like this little crop of buildings sticking out. A little bit of farmland, random little vending, you know, gotcha machine over in the, I don't know if I have my cursor here. If you look on the what's this, bottom right corner, there's like a stone-billed bird sitting by a campsite. I got one of these, but I got the dog and not the bird, unfortunately. And there was this coffee machine, other vending machine. There's also like a K-pop machine, with like albums and stuff you could get. There's the city. Also, I don't think I had it in here. Also, one thing I want to do with my trip to Seoul and my trip to mainland, both of those happened in May. May was busy. I got a whole bunch of like video clips that I want to try and make into travel vlogs. So hopefully I can get around to that, and that will show a bit more of the things. Because there's like a staircase. There's like a staircase that you just walk up. But there's like this like angled conveyor belt that you could like put your suitcase on to like walk up the stairs with. It was interesting. I got a video of it. Found discount store, 90% off. How could I resist? Got some like socks and some like a big pack of face masks and like some soap. And the way I think about the won currency is you take like 3 digits off, and then it's like maybe like slightly less, like the, you know, if it's 2,000, then it's like might be slightly under $2. So it was pretty cheap over here. So I got a few things that was like right at my exit near the hotel. And there's some cool buildings. This was our room. I got a pretty good, we stayed at Venue G and got, I forget what deal I got on it. I've used Trip.com a ton this year. And it's been serving me pretty well. So, like walking there, it almost seemed like sketchy, but the hotel itself was really nice. Seoul has a much different vibe than even like Tokyo. Can't quite like pinpoint it. You might get the vibe as you see the pictures. But the hotel was pretty nice. I enjoyed it. Let's see. I remember hearing of a hill in Seoul with a statue of the hero of Korea resistance to Japanese rule, which they built after demolishing a Shinto shrine the Japanese had constructed there. Interesting. All right, let's see. So this is like kind of like what I was looking at, like walking up to the hotel, is like all these shops that are like closed up. A lot of graffiti on it. I think it was mostly cookware. And then there's a school. We were right by this cool little river and walkway. So I think I got there. I think it was like 6 or 7 by the time I got to the hotel. Got all checked in. And then I was like fiddling with some stuff. It took a little bit longer than I intended to, because I meant to like pop into the, here, where's my map so I can look at the names of stuff real quick. Trying to remember. There was like the different markets I wanted to go see. Let's see, there's that. I was in like, I guess I was kind of between Insadong and Myeongdong. And then there was the, what's this called? I'm really bad at pronunciation in any Korean. Gwangjin Market. Was pretty close to the hotel. And I thought about going there and then going a little bit more to like the, oh, where is it? The Dongsimon market. But I didn't have a whole lot of time. I ended up only having like a little bit of time because I was meeting my friend for dinner. I found this one funny. I love you, Abe. It says bakery. Okay, so trying to find the first market, the what's it called again? Right, where is it? Gwangjang Market. It's mostly food market. So I was trying to find it, and I was walking like down by the riverside, and like looking at the map, I'm like, okay, it's supposed to be here, but this is my view. It's like all these shops. It looks deserted, and I was like, is this it? Like, where am I? And then I did see people walk out of it. So I was like, maybe I could walk in it and I'll find something. So I walked in, like, and it feels so sketchy. You're just like walking down this thing. You can kind of see there's like fabric, and like passing by, there was like a lady at a sewing machine in one of those little middle aisle things. So I keep walking. It's like, I think there's a lot of fabric stuff in that area. But then I found it. There's like some food and some things. And then, you know, I didn't try any of that, but I saw it. And I started walking more. There's like a bunch of kimchi. I had like big vats of kimchi going. Don't throw away the trash. Random, like, one of the stalls had all this, like Tylenol and stuff. And there was also, okay, like I was saying about the vibe difference in like Seoul and Tokyo, for example. There's a lot more trash. A lot more trash in Seoul. In Japan, there's like there's actually trash cans in Seoul. They seem like they overflowed a lot. Whereas in Tokyo, it was very hard. I think I only found like 1 trash can in Tokyo. So I don't know if it's just like hard to keep up with the trash, or if they're like working on a different way of doing it, or like the areas, they're just very busy, hard to keep up with all the trash. But there's a lot more trash like piled up in places in Seoul versus like anywhere else I've been in Japan. You know, just a bunch of stuff. And also you're by a restaurant area, so like they're using up a lot of stuff. So I stopped at one of the booths. Like, I was gonna go get dinner, but I wanted to try something. So I got this fish cake, which was like, had like the tiniest little bit of like spice to it, but was pretty chill. And the little stall I went to, there's like a guy that kind of spoke like a little bit of English. I was like chit-chatting to a bit. I like used my phone app to kind of translate a few things. Like, it was like fairly basic English that he had, but it was fun. I like talking to strangers. So we chit-chatted a little bit. And it's definitely different traveling like solo versus like, you know, with family or with Milliardo. Like, I think he asked if I, you know, wanted to drink or anything. I was like, no, I'm gonna go meet my friend for dinner and like have drinks with her instead. And we actually ended up back here, my friend and I think the second night. And unfortunately we got there like later. I think this was around like, I guess 7 or 8. And when we went later, like the next day, it was close to like 10. And I was worried things might be closed. And yeah, most of them were closed. But this shop was still open. The next day, came back here. This shop was open. Same people. Like, it was I think it must have been like a sister, like, was running the food. And then the guy, I think, hung out there to like try and help talk to people and like maybe encourage people to come eat there versus all the other shops. So it's funny, I saw him again, got to chit chat. There's also like some other, there's some Japanese, like a little group of Japanese ladies, that are from like Hokkaido that, one of them spoke some English. So it was fun. I like chit chatting to people. But it was just, and you know, at that point my friend was with me and I actually sat down to like get some stuff. She went off to look for something else and then joined me. And so I think I'd said something then, or like when she showed back up, the guy was like, oh, now you can have a drink because your friend's here. And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't know, just, or even just like chit-chatting to someone. I think another point, maybe after my body scrub, talking to the guy. And something about like the river or like where I was staying. And I was like, I'm not going to give you my hotel name. I'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm down by the river somewhere in that general direction. Anyway, just the slight difference in like what I need to be aware of if it's like just me versus like if Milliardo's around. And with Milliardo walking around Kyoto, I just had to like, he had the backpack and the stroller. I just had to hang on to his arm and walk around and look pretty, which is easy. Until his foot started hurting a little bit. Then I was like, okay, let me push the stroller a little bit. That was like a couple days in. Anyways. But that was good. Little yummy fish cake there. Oh, and this was fun. This is like a marshmallow with ice cream inside, and they had this Iron Man glove flamethrower. So I had some of that. It got very messy. There's also tanks of like sea animals for eating. There's some octopi, some big vats of how do you say it? Takoyaki? Takoyaki? I think it's takoyaki. Oh, and this booth, I was disappointed that like all the booths were closed, so I couldn't come back and try this. But apparently, Mr. Gordon Ramsay himself tried this booth because they have pictures of him. And then yeah, it was. I don't know if I have a good picture of like how busy, like, because it was like a deserted street. And then I finally got to like the main area, and there was like this big like there was like a split off, and it was just like lined, like totally lined with all these booths of food. It was pretty cool. Probably some little buns. I think that's like blood sausage and some other stuff there, all kinds of stuff. Oh, that was my little ice cream. Marshmallow got very messy. It was kind of cold on my hand, honestly. And at this point, I was like, okay, I need to try and find how to get over to my friend. I was like trying to find a taxi. I think I ended up trying to use the bus line. It took me a minute trying to figure out how to get places. There's this guy. I think he's like the Seoul mascot because he was also on this building. Very interesting. There's some big crabs. Lots of seafood. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. And then so we made it to a Korean barbecue place. And this one, it was something my friend had picked out. And I think she'd been through, I don't think she'd been there before, but she'd seen it and picked it out. And they actually cook the meat for you. And then had a whole bunch of sides. Very different, like yakiniku versus like Korean barbecue over there. I've only gone to like 2 Korean barbecue places. One the first time we went there with my sister, and then this one. Very different. They don't give you rice, which is very surprising. Like, they don't serve rice with it. It's like all these other sides. From this angle, it looks like a giant egg. Oh, the one here. This is a like potato salad, some sort of potato or egg salad. It was pretty yummy. But there's all these sides, a bunch of little sides of things. It's pretty neat. And then I don't know if I got a picture of the meat. Yeah, like a bunch of little sides and dipping sauces. And they did this funny little brand on the mushroom that looked neat. And then there's some meat. It was pretty good. We were chatting a bunch, so we were just like chatting and eating. We got there like right in time for cutoff, like last order. So we just like got in and ordered like a whatever set to share of stuff. And then this is, I guess, yeah, this would be Saturday night at Olive Young, which is like one of the big like beauty shop stores. And this is Myeongdong area too, which is like a big tourist area, so it was packed in there. We just popped in because there was like a vending machine. Also, this is out the window. You get to see a tree. This is the second floor of it. So you can get a goodie bag by going to this vending machine and like signing up, and then standing like for the like Olive Young like email thing, and then like scanning the code, and then you get a free little bag that had some samples in it. So that was kind of fun. Let's see, this is some pants from one of the shops. Life Vending Long-Term Grudges. Great English. Super great there. So yeah, that was, yeah, so this is Saturday night when we got there. And then after we had like dinner, we did Olive Young for a second, and then we were just walking around Myeongdong, which Myeongdong's very touristy. I have a friend that like lived as, I think she worked as like a teacher or something. She lived over in Seoul for a couple of years, I think. And she was like, avoid Myeongdong. Don't go to Myeongdong. It's overpriced. It's a tourist trap, which I get. I kept getting sucked into Myeongdong though. Like last time we went, I ended up there a couple times, and then this time, like, we were there in the evening, just kind of walk around. I did pick up a few things. There's like some cute like Lego themed like toothbrush holder that I got for the kids. And like enjoyed like looking at the clothes. There was a random I'm surprised at how much random there's plenty of random character stuff in Japan, but like specifically like random digital circus stuff. Like last year, I forget when the pilot came out for Digital Circus, but last year it hadn't been out that long, I don't think. And you know, last April went there, and like in some of the markets there was just like giant like trash bags full of the Digital Circus guys. I was like, why is there so much random merch for Digital Circus out here right now? Did you try any gumpak? However you say it? Yeah, I did. I have that's a little bit later on. I had a bunch last time we were there. Last time I went, we had like a good like, I don't know, it was like either like 5 or 7 days. We had a good bit of time there last time. This time was a pretty quick trip. There's also some hilarious keychains, like that one was pretty funny. I thought about getting that one, I didn't. Some other pretty funny ones. There's a lot of random Pepe. Like, there's several different like Pepe merch things everywhere. These ones. And then I should have gotten these ones. It was the meme with the cat and the girls. I should have gotten those too. I didn't. I think I only got like the buff like Doge. The funny Kermit wallet. Sad frog. Like, yeah, the keychains are pretty dope. They're very funny. And then, yeah, walking around Myeongdong a little bit, just kind of enjoying, like, the lights. It was pretty late at this point. It was close to, like, 9 or 10. Just enjoying walking around. Lots of Wallace and Gromit were merch. Got Topaki? However you say it. That's like a statue that I thought looked cool. That building looks cool. I think that there's actually like a kids play area in there. Just more cool pictures of the street. That place looks kind of fun. I have like 300 pictures, so I'm just gonna keep going. That looks kind of fun. Baby octopuses. Didn't eat that one though. What's with these? It's like the teddy bear statues, but with a pit bull head. I don't know. I'm not sure what that was about. But yeah, still pretty poppin'. Oh, there's another. I saw this at a couple shops. I'm like, what is this? Why is there an Iron Man, like, torch? What is the head for? I don't know. Lots of lights. There's tons of there's quite a bit of like screens and lights in Korea, if you can believe it. You know, Samsung and everything. But they do have some very like impressive digital displays around the city. These Crocs. Why? I don't know. But they're there. Quite the Crocs. That clam, I want to say it was singing. I can't remember, but I want to say it was moving and singing. Oh, it was like a garlic, like cream cheese kind of bread. It was real good. That was real good. This was neat. It's mostly a bunch of benches, but it was all glowing green. I think from there we got a taxi. So back at the hotel, this is outside like the hotel window. You know, someone's little rooftop thing there. I think we're on like 10th floor. We had a pretty good view. Which, speaking of, here's a view from one of the... I think this is like the hallway window at the hotel. There's a neat little look. Someone's rooftop. I think that's that hotel's rooftop. I don't think our hotel had a good rooftop. I can kind of see the river down there and the buildings. So this was Sunday morning. It's like the cooking street, I guess. So we just... Oh, yeah, and some trash there. See, this is what I mean. Like, I've never seen stuff like that in Japan. I don't know if they... I don't know. I guess Japan's really good at it. I'm sure other parts of Korea are not like this. Like, this is busy city. So I'm not surprised that there's places where there's, you know, trash. Especially with how many, like, food stalls there are. Just, like... I don't know if I got a picture, but there's, like, little red tents. Like, they'll line the street that are, like, small little cooking and food stalls. So we ended up deciding to go ahead and walk to church, which I think would have been fine. Though at one point we realized we had just missed, like we passed our crosswalk we were supposed to turn at, and it's like, oh, we're like halfway, so it's like either backtrack to that crosswalk or go up a little bit. And at the time it was kind of like, I feel like there's sometimes like traveling with another girl where you're just kind of like, oh, whatever you think. What do you think? What do you think? And if I looked at my map closer, I would have realized, like, the beauty play is right across from the entrance of the cathedral. And we thought we could, like, get to the cathedral, like, from the top of the other street, but we actually, like, had to just continue. We had to, like, walk a whole block around. So we should have just, like, backtracked. And we would not have been late. But we ended up continuing, but then having to keep walking all the way back to the front instead of, like, being able to enter at the back like we thought we might be able to. So we were, like, a wee bit late. And it was packed. I think that was the only like English mass for the day. I think there were masses like all throughout the day because it's the big cathedral. But we were like slightly late, but just, you know, it was already packed, so we just stood at the back. But it's a beautiful church. I think this is on our walk. There's the cool river. Just cool things along the way. That statue. There's another funny statue. This one. And why the bulge? Is my question. Who thought that was needed? Like, it's a guy bowing. Kind of cool, but why the bulge? Alright. That's all I'm asking. Alright, let me lower this a little bit. I hate if you did it, but I always carry a few dollars with me, as a lot of places in Sedong will give you a pretty hefty discount if you use them. Also, yeah, Samsung is pretty prevalent in Korea. I didn't try and use US dollars. I had like won, you know, got won cash out. I never like, so I tried like, I forget how much I got out. think my strategy was like save it unless I like needed it. Otherwise I like would use the card or the wild pass was pretty good though. I had 2 from last time and I put the wrong one in my wallet. Like I put money on it, but I put the wrong one in my wallet and left the other at the hotel. I spent plenty of money. I spent all my cash and all the stuff on my T-money and used the credit card and everything, so I didn't have to worry about like leftover money because I spent it. But yeah, I had my cash for when I needed it, but I tried to reserve it for like just when I needed it. How was Mass at this cathedral? It's a really cool cathedral. I got some pictures next, and it was easy enough to like hear and everything. It would have been nice to get there in time to get seats, but it was fine. Like a mass where I can just sit and listen is always a good mass when I don't have to wrangle as well. Some cool little details on a lamppost. Let's see. This was like a different church, but I was like, why is there a slide? Look at that slide. That looks so cool, doesn't it? Look at that slide. Oh wait, I think I need to shorten these a little bit. There we go. That should be fine. Right? Is that good? Where is it? Okay, hang on. Let me try to fit the whole thing in here. There we go. So this is the cathedral. It's very cool. Very pretty. I think they must have like an organ in the back too. Oh. The place must have been full because I couldn't find any churches on my trip, but maybe that's because I stuck to either the countryside or tourist traps. Usually, like, if I Google stuff on Google Maps, though, for Korea specifically, Google Maps isn't great. So, like, the Rome to Rio or what's the other map? Do I still have it? What's the other map called? It's like, I think it's Rome to Rio. Or Navarre or something. Navarre, I think it's Navarre apps that works best in Korea. Yeah, Naver apps. Naver map is the one that is, I think, easier to use in Korea. But I feel like most of the time, any of the travels I've done, like in the States, this works well, where you like, if you look up like masstime.com and like give it a radius, that will help you narrow down, you know, masses and times and stuff nearby, or just like going on Google Maps and typing in like Catholic Church or something. That's how I usually do it, to try and find places to go. Yeah, I think it's looking likely I might be in somewhere else for Easter next year, so I'll have to look around for that. Let's see here. Trying to scoot my model from here. Anyways, cathedral's very cool. One thing I really like is I see it there too. Some of the pictures, or like you can kind of see here, like the traditional, like the hat and everything. It's really cool seeing some of the traditional clothes, like here, or this one in particular. I really like. I think it's really cool seeing like some of the traditional clothes intertwined with like here looks, you know, almost looks like a beatific vision, like, you know, martyrs and stuff together possibly. But I think it's really cool, the like intertwining and interweaving of the traditional clothing and the different like saint pictures or things like that. There's also like, I didn't have time, but there's like another spot, I think somewhere close to Seoul, that is like where a bunch of like martyrs were killed. I forget how. Maybe it was like a big stone. I think there was a giant millstone and they had their heads bashed against it. I forget how many martyrs there were, but there's a cool site that has like that stone still there and stuff about it and some cool paintings. I didn't have time to go to it this time though. Gonna head out for work, y'all. Take care. Take some clips and post. Gonna take some clips and post them today. Later. Bye, potato. Goodbye, potato cancer. I hope you have a good day at work. And then this is I think like some of the like the front doors of the cathedral. There's some pictures of like the cathedral way back when. You know, there's a bunch of houses and villages nearby. It's crazy how like how much of a city is around it now when it used to be that crazy, really. There you go. You see some of the, must have been I don't know when this would have been, but cathedral's been around a while. That's pretty cool. This is by the bathroom. And then they had like a little shop. Kind of shop with different things, little statues, rosaries. They had like a little rosary bracelet. I thought like these ones were pretty cool. I ended up finding, this one, I thought this was neat. This is like when Saint Joseph is like sleeping, you know, when the angel comes and visits him. And I ended up getting these. There's a couple cool, like I like that little magnet. And then there's like some, you know, more kid-friendly magnets. And there's the cathedral outside. And from the steps down there. All right, we're 100 pictures in. All right, so this is Saturday. Saturday was pretty busy. Especially because I was like coordinating with my friend some different things. She went all in. This was her one full day, and she just did like the ultimate like beauty experience. She had a whole bunch of like beauty appointments, or like meeting for lunch and a facial, and then we went to one of the palaces later. So this is after church. I was kind of cruising through Myeongdong again. You know, you see how I keep ending up in Myeongdong. So these were some funny clothes I saw. I did get a couple pairs of pants when I was there. I went back to like this one. I have this one like long pair of pants that I love. They're one of my favorite pairs of pants. I get a lot of compliments on them. Very cool, kind of stylish. They got kind of some cargo pockets. They're great. Actually went back to one of the same shop that I got those from, and I found some shorts. I didn't get these shorts. Thought about it, but I didn't find one in my size. Because yeah, the sizing is definitely much smaller, even for me. Like I'm tall. I'm not like that chunky at all, really. But I'm not Asian size. I'm on the bigger end of what they have, apparently. But I did find some fun stuff. And then I found this is a 12-story Daiso, which the Daiso is basically like a dollar store, but better quality. Daisos are great. So it was 12 stories. I only had 45 minutes before I had to get to our lunch reservation. But I kind of like zoomed through it and found some good stuff. I think it's probably better to like have to go quickly. So I only grabbed things that like really caught my eye, so I didn't get too many things. But I got quite a bit of stuff, and these are cool. These are like off-brand Lego sets, and these are like maybe like probably just slightly less than $2, which is pretty sweet. So I got several of these. I thought about getting one of each, but I was like, nah, I shouldn't do that. So I got several. Fun fact, the first Korean Christians were scholars who had started studying Christianity as an academic pursuit, but ended up being converted by it. When a member of their group was able to leave the country on a trip to China, they got him to obtain some Christian books and get himself baptized so he could come back and baptize them. For this reason, Korean is known as the only nation which evangelized itself. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Little rooftop area from a window in the Daiso. And then these were all I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Kind of. All the floors. I'm trying to see if I can like all the different floors. There we go. Alright, so there was like seasonal stuff and the cash register on the bottom. Then there was beauty, sanitary products, first aid. Third floor is stationery, digital, wrapping. Fourth floor is like characters. There's a lot of Disney stuff, kids stuff, like the toys, party stuff. Then there's food, disposable products, then tableware and ceramics, and then interior and storage, bath, cleaning, laundry on the 8th floor. 9th was camping, sports, Japanese imported, and then gardening, artificial flowers, and pet stuff, and then tools, cars, accessory, handicraft, and then the top was like fashion, travel, and accessories. And like there's a bunch of stuff there that I'm like, I can get the Daisos back home, so I don't need to worry about like packing, because like I had my one suitcase and like my backpack and like my little like drop leg bag. And thankfully my friend had like room in her suitcase, so I sent some stuff back with her when I was like got stuff during, you know, Saturday, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna fit all this in here. So she took some of it home for me, which was very nice. But it was still a trick to fit, because I was like, okay, I did a bunch of shopping on Sunday. I don't need to do a bunch of shopping on Monday. But guess who did a bunch of shopping on Monday? Still got a bunch of stuff, but I managed to fit it all in my suitcase. And I did it, and it was fine. Anyway, the Daiso was cool. I did like a speed run of the Daiso. 12 Toys Story Daiso's cool. Oh, this picture's really big. Hang on. There's the 7-Elevens, and I think it's nice to see you. Like the letter C, the letter U. That's the other like convenience store. I think those are the two main, 7-Eleven and Nice to See You. That's a cute name. I think the convenience stores in Japan are better though. They're usually a bit bigger. And I remember this spot. I think last time we were here, I got a cute picture of Kiddo by this spot. He was wearing a hat I just bought. And then for some reason I was amused at seeing a Days hotel. I don't know why. It was amusing. And then it's like, it was fun like going back, because I'm like, oh, I remember walking down this street and seeing that big red building there. And then look how big this glass of this thing of beer is. I got it because we ordered this and we made the mistake of ordering like less spicy. I suggested doing like no spicy, but then we went for less spicy. And that was a mistake, because that was too spicy for us. Like, I'm proud of us for eating all. It was like a shared dish thing. I'm proud of us for like enduring the spicy, but it definitely would have been more enjoyable without the spicy. But when in Korea, you have to have something that's spicy. So it was quite good. It was quite good though. It was like this very, very nice dish. So that was our lunch. Met up for lunch. And then she went to another appointment, and I did some more shopping before we were going to meet up for the facial. But yeah, I got the beer to try and help. We did find that like trying our best not to let the food touch like our lips, like the outside of our lips, did help the spice level a bit. It was very delicious. This is another big like screen. Like the flowers are all moving. And a cool little fountain. I think at this point I was walking over to Myeongdong Market after lunch, which I like Myeongdong. I got like another favorite pair of pants. These like green ones. It looks like a skirt, but pants. They're just very flowy. Great pair of pants. And I like them so much, I was like, maybe I can find another pair in another color. And I did. I went to the same market, found another pair in another color. It was like the exact same cut and everything. It was great. Yes, Theodore, I am very weak. I am very weak when it comes to spice. My Colombian ancestors cry. I'm sorry. I am weak when it comes to spice. Awesome, great holiday you got there in South Korea. Thank you. It was very fun. And it was by myself, so I got to do a lot. There's that wraparound screen again. A little fountain. So yeah, walking my way to Myeongdong Market. Got like a little matcha strawberry drink. Shoes. Very like, oh, and all those AC units. Weak on spice, hiya! Yeah, I know, I'm a disappointment. Cool looking building here. I forget what this was. Yeah, this is Myeongdong Market. I only got to see it like a little bit last time, so there's a whole bunch of like sleepwear stalls. I noticed in a lot of the markets and areas, there are definitely like similar things that you can find lots of places, like the sleepwear, or even like these things I saw in the Instong Market. Pretty busy, lots of stalls, lots of stuff. Got some more clothing in here. There's like a dance thing there, a swim thing. I got like several clothes here. There was a couple like from just like some boots and stalls, a couple different pairs of pants that I liked, and then there was like, I don't think I got a picture, but there was like in the one of the middle sections, there was just like this cart full of clothes, and they're all like 6,000 won, which was like somewhere between $5 and $6, so like pretty cheap. So I got several pieces of clothes from that, which is very fun. I always like finding cheap thrift like clothes. But yeah, this was like yarn. I kind of thought about getting this, but I didn't really have a plan. And you kind of see those like scrubby things hanging there. It was like yarn, but it was like abrasive yarn for like knitting scrub stuff, which is pretty cool. I didn't get any though. It was like shop setup and scaffolding here. Kind of cool look around. This looks like butt padding, I think is what it is. It was interesting. Little fruit set up there. I think at this point I was needing to go meet up for the facial appointment, and like the spot I was in there, like I couldn't order a taxi to, so then I was like walking trying to get to a better spot to order a taxi. There's some little eels, but then I found this place. I found this place. I was like, this is such a cool little basket place. Like, it was like some stuff was made in Korea, and then there was a bunch of stuff that was like Malaysia, Indonesia, like stuff from all over it seemed. But look how cute! Look at all these baskets. So many cute basket things. Like, it's so cute. I think I only got like 3 little like small round little like flat holder things. Some for presents, one for me, and then I also got like a woven pair of like slippers, and that one was made in Korea. But I got very sidetracked by this. It was very cute because I wanted to go spend a little bit of time in Hongdae. Oh, I hear baby again. Hang on. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Did you see some nuisance streamers in South Korea? Thankfully, no. I was on the lookout, just in case. The only person I saw streaming, they were talking in Korean. They were just like walking around, it was like my last night there. There was like a big food street everyone was at. But that's the only streamer I saw walking around. If I had seen any nuisance streamers, I would have gone far away, faster than food. Anyways, okay, let's see if we can finish this up or if I'll have to make a part 2. We'll see. It's 1 in the morning. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. Let's see. I was about to start taking pets if you fell asleep. Nope, no, I'm still kind of awake. One of the problems about streaming at night is that after stream, I'm too awake and it takes a while to get to sleep. So yeah, I'm awake. Let's go. Cute baskets. So freaking cute. I mean, look at that. It's so cute. Look at these baskets. No, you need to sleep. I will. I can sleep in tomorrow. Milliardo has the day off, so if I need to nap, I will. Look how cute. I'm wanting to get this stream out of the way. I've got some other streams. I think. Oh, what is it? When is it going to be? I forget what night, but we're gonna watch Starship Troopers. I recently read the book, and I've heard the movie is something, and I think I'm kind of entertaining to watch funny movies with, so I think it'll be good. I'm trying to remember when it will be. I think Friday night, maybe? By Friday night? We'll see. I'll try and put away the group ups tomorrow. Watching Starship Troopers. Look how cute these baskets are. They're so adorable. They're so cute. So cute. It was so hard. I was already running late at that point. And I was quickly trying to pick out a few things. I think I did pretty good about what I bought. I was trying to go into it okay, what purpose could this thing serve that I don't already have, back home. Okay, so went to my facial. I just went straight there. Managed to grab a taxi. Also, I got confused with the taxi app. But apparently, when I opened the app, I was trying to use an ad within the app to book a taxi, which was not working. And then my friend finally showed me how to use the actual app itself. So once you got there, it was pretty straightforward. And last year they didn't have this. You had to have a Korean number to put in for the taxi app, but now they have a foreigner one, so you don't have, you can just put WhatsApp in. But they had a little coffee machine, and I tried making a coffee and it failed terribly because I was trying to make a latte. Didn't work. And so the lady came over, one of the employees, and made me oh, this is how the employees make it, and made this nice little coffee for me. It was very yummy. Coffee shops everywhere over there, everywhere, every block, coffee shop. Several on the one block. Coffee shops everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay, so this was went for my facial, went on to I forget what it was called. It was a catered to tourist kind of facial place, and it was alright. It was interesting because they did a consult. I kind of booked online my appointment time and kind of what I was thinking, and then they do a consult, and it's as soon as I sit down, I don't know how quickly the lady can look at my face and tell something about it, but it's sit down. There was the lady and then the lady interpreting, and she was yeah, I've got pretty thin dry skin, I guess, delicate skin, and so the procedure the facial I'd picked out was a thing that they it was an aqua peel. And they press a little tube thing on your face to suck stuff up. And she said that would have been kind of irritating to my skin, so they recommended a different kind of peel. Or they had a whole package. They're you can have this whole package, or you can a la carte it. And it was whatever kind of more gentle exfoliating peel, and then some deep moisturizing thing, and then baby's awake again. brought up like, oh, this can get rid of your freckles, and I was just like, oh, but I like my freckles, and she was like, oh, okay. I think I'm gonna have to do a part 2. Hang on, I'll be right back. Hang on. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere yet. I'm gonna try and I'll end stream in just a minute. Let me grab baby and say bye. Hang on. Oh no, I'm muted. I'm sorry. I was saying I gotta go. Hopefully I can be back soon for part 2 of this, and also Starship Troopers, like the next day or two. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. Wish me luck on sleep tonight. And until next time, stay fresh, my friends. Bye. Stick around for the raid. Bye.